I mean, a couple of years ago, we kind of reformulated how the company looks and the businesses that we're investing in. And we started low carbon solutions, which is looking at carbon capture and sequestration, looks at things like blue hydrogen and lithium, all things that we believe our competitive advantages and capabilities can be brought to bear in India or anywhere else. So that's one change that we have made. I think, as I've talked a lot about, ExxonMobil and India are both trying to solve the dual challenge, which is growing energy demand while reducing emissions. And I believe that's going to be the challenge of my generation, and one that we're really excited to participate in. If you zoom in on India specifically, you know, their focus on things like renewables, we look out into the future, call it to 2050, and we see renewables as the largest growing source of energy. And I think India is being very pragmatic about how they are approaching the energy solution, and we are there with them through oil and gas, through all the different products that we participate. And we really enjoy the partnership and the discussions that we're having. I think when you look at ExxonMobil in India, there's a plethora of opportunity to work together to help solve this dual challenge going forward. Just the sheer size of India, the most populous country in the world, and that growing energy demand, and then the pace at which India needs to grow is somewhat overwhelming when you just step back and look at that. I think it's a really, really exciting time for companies like ExxonMobil to be here and to help play a part in meeting the energy demand. And all energy sources are going to be required for this. There's been a lot of discussion around India's focus on solar, wind, and renewables. Obviously, we play more in the oil and gas space, along with the specialty refining and chemical products that we produce. So to your question on what is ExxonMobil doing, we've been here over 3 decades in supplying liquefied natural gas to the country. So that's one of the focus areas in LNG. Our specialty chemicals, we're actually the largest importer of performance polyethylene and performance polypropylene, and that's going to support Indian manufacturers in a variety of sectors. Agriculture, think about like greenhouse films. It also goes into automotive, a lot of the internal car parts, and then electronics. Electronics is huge in India and around the world, and a lot of the molecules that we produce and supply go into products that people are purchasing in India. So I would say that ExxonMobil is supporting India in their growth ambition across the value chain, and we're also there willing and able to talk about the reducing emissions portion of the dual challenge as well. I fully agree that there's not enough attention being given to the supply chain opportunities in India. So you asked, why are we here and focused on that, and why do we see that as an opportunity? I would say, first and foremost, the Indian fab yards have been at it for a number of years, and the EPCs that exist in the country, the combination of those two have a proven track record. Some pretty recognizable names who have very good performance, and we've seen the quality of the energy equipment manufacturing, call it, over the last 5 to 10 years. So that is initially what attracted us to look at that opportunity, because we've used India for some of our energy equipment manufacturing needs. ExxonMobil spends about $23 to $25 billion in capital every single year, and we look across the global portfolio and we say, well, who has all of engineering, procurement, supplies, and who is able to build? And we are very selective in where we place those capital dollars to go into our facilities and our projects. And that's where India has a real opportunity. I mentioned the fabrication piece. We're growing our global capability center in Bangalore by leaps and bounds. One reason for that is the engineering talent that we see in the Indian market is phenomenal. We've been very impressed and very happy with everybody who's come to join our company over the last couple of years, and we want to do more of that, both for India, engineering, and beyond. And then the last element is the buy or the procurement element. And if you have all three of those, that really creates a competitive advantage, not only for a company like ExxonMobil, but for a country like India. And we're working hard with our area of expertise in procurement to help bring up the quality and the standards of Indian suppliers, because we're just really missing an opportunity today. When we look out into the future, by 2030, we expect the market for energy equipment to grow to almost $200 billion. Today, India is participating in a very small fraction of what that future potential could be. And we want to partner together and work to improve the supply coming out of Indian suppliers. And then we have the engineer, the procurement, and then we have the fabrication. And the combination of those two creates quite a synergy for both of us to benefit from.